Why you look so weird?
I look weird
in a good way.
Oh, thank
You look young. You're not wearing glasses.
Yeah,
I feel like
I have shifted this around a bit. Since I moved from the iMac that was Gargantuan to a laptop with an external monitor, which is the same size as the iMac, but not nearly as gargantuan. But it has brought things down, which is good because I want to have things a lot closer to eye level with the camera and all that. But it also makes my lights reflect in my glasses, and it's kind of silly looking. So I'm going old school.
So I can make faces and gestures and you won't know?
I have no idea. I'm just like Velma on Scooby-Doo. As soon as you...
the sexy
one. As soon as I lose my glasses, I am completely departed from reality. I have no idea where I am or even if I am. I can't see anything. I am blind.
That's great. That's great.
Who said that?
Oh, you were quoting somebody?
No.
No. You're doing Velma. Oh, Velma without the glasses. Okay, I'm with you. So you're like crawling around through the little cavern.
Right, exactly. And doing squinty things.
Yeah.
As soon as you lose the glasses, you got to do the squinty.
Well, yeah. So anyone who's listening, not watching, you should pause and head over to YouTube.
Yeah. It's
where you can
much
see
more clever and brilliant
action
when you're seeing it.
How you doing?
Doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. I mean,
awesome. Fantastic.
I'm not going to say who. I'll let people leave it to their imaginations.
That always begins a very nice
But I realized that I was, this happens a lot where I'm in meetings and I'm doing stuff. And of course there's the lunch break thing and then there's that hour thing and after hours and stuff. And I realized I'm very different in those moments from when, like the in-between moments where I will almost seem I don't want to say depressed, but I just withdraw. Like I just go in.
Yeah.
Right. But that's when I'm amongst people, especially folks who haven't seen me, like family and so forth. That can be, I think, off-putting, or maybe they think that I don't like them. I don't know.
Withdrawn.
Sometimes I don't care.
Yeah, true.
Right, depending on the person.
We're aware of this now, certainly.
But I know the people afterwards, because this is what came up last week or the week before, whatever it was. They all run together. Where people say, "Is he okay? Is he okay? Is he okay? I think he's burned the candle about that. I think he's worried." There's all these positive things they're worried about.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, it's coming from a good place,
right.
but
what they don't realize is just my Qui-Gon moment. That's what I realized today.
QGM.
While I was flossing, I realized that it's the Qui-Gon moment.
Yeah. Now, are we talking about when he's fighting Darth Maul?
Yeah.
And the red force field shows up and he sits down and meditates? Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. I had that moment myself.
That's what it is. It's like I gotta, look, I gotta recharge. I gotta, just, and it's not nice to say, leave me the heck alone.
Yeah, that's not strictly the Jedi way.
It wouldn't come across as well. I think maybe it's in the outtakes. And you have Obi-Wan is like, what is she doing?
Dude,
get up before you die. On the floor.
Yeah. And yet another, I mean, we can go way back to episode 2, but it is exhibit number 35 on why I think that the dark side is stronger.
Because they don't have to rest?
Qui-Gon got his ass handed to him because he was all centered and light side, but Obi-Wan was filled with rage and he beat the snot out of Darth Maul, and he was an apprentice. Qui-Gon was a master. So, dark side is stronger.
Okay.
Just throwing it out there. letting it lay on the table. People can do with it what they want.
They're going to mutilate it.
Yeah.
They're going to tear it to pieces.
It'll defend itself.
That's what mobs do. Will defend itself. The dark side carcass will defend itself.
Two-sided lightsaber, man.
So that was fun. We had a little fun thing last week that we did.
Yeah,
that was good.
Yeah, coming out later this week.
And so surprised to see that it inspired you to make a purchase.
Yes, well, I have entered the realm of the 360 camera. I was impressed with how well that worked.
Right? You didn't believe it at first when I told you, did you?
I did not. I mean, I thought that it would kind of be serviceable, but what the result would be kind of like, it's okay. But no, it's good stuff, man.
And the good tracking stuff. Thing that you can do, the deep tracking and the stuff. Oh,
man. Real good.
Yeah. Did you get the ducks?
I did get the ducks.
Oh, the ducks.
The duck. Man, I love a duck.
No one knows what we're talking about right now, but you will.
Not yet.
Oh, you will.
But
you'll be ducking for cover.
Yeah, duck and cover. You're a little turtle.
So I won't reference too much because I don't want to spoil anything. Right. But that was fun.
But there are ducks. And
there are ducks, right? And there are.
But we ask that you not spoil it for the rest of the people that are looking forward to this and don't want to be spoiled.
And even those who aren't looking forward to it, we don't want to spoil it either.
That it will be sprung upon unawares.
Right. So I guess we can't talk about any of those things. We can't talk about that mystery thing that we ate, and we can't talk about.
We should
wait. We should wait until let's wait. We'll wait.
Yeah. We will say that the venue was Geyser Point because I've already teased that on the thing.
Okay.
And but the food was predominantly wonderfully, but there were some interesting.
It failed on the finish. It's like when those gymnasts, those like incredibly talented and skilled gymnasts, they do that run. They do what do they call that? The horse thing that they jump the
pommel
vault.
Horse?
The vault.
Oh, the vault. Yeah. And
they kind of run and they do they hit it and they jump and they flip and they turn around like 1,600 times and
then ninjas cry.
And then they land and it looks like they're gonna stick it and then like boom, there's like that one they just like boom.
The little step,
like, really? You got all the other stuff done.
You were like a 10. You were like a 20.
Why?
And then that happened, and now you're 8.5.
If I just looked away for a second, you would have been perfect.
And the Romanian judges, used that to be the excuse to say you're a 3.2.
Yeah. Oh, I just realized it didn't make you small, which means I probably look like I'm staring off into somebody's hallway. I don't want to hit end though. So how do I make? I'm so afraid to grab any of the corners.
No, it works if you grab it. It won't.
You have to grab the corner though, and you don't want to grab near the end because not only is that inappropriate, but it will stop the little session here. So there we go.
Goose me a little bit with
I might not make you
end.
small. I might not make you small this week. I know you were looking forward to that.
It was. Hey, look, there you go.
There we are. Okay. Well, I don't know if I want to talk about the thing I was going to talk to you about or not. I don't know. I feel.
Why? What's stopping you?
I feel like it's a little trite.
A little hackneyed.
Well,
is it about airplane food?
It's not about it. It's not about that was fun.
What's the deal?
Not the airplane food, but the baby
charger. Yeah, I was looking at that earlier.
I'm still impressed with myself over that.
That was very nice, and I still think you should develop that.
Right. And then get arrested for it. So okay. I don't think I'm going to talk about exercising because I think that's just going to exhaust me and also make me sound like more of a jerk. Yeah. So I think what I want to talk about, because this kind of dovetails with something else I brought up many weeks ago, but we haven't talked about either. I think I remember sending you a message. I was on a walk, imagine that. And I'm just minding my own business. And a bug flies into my mouth.
Oh, yes, I do remember that.
Yeah.
I've had that same experience, in fact.
Well, yeah, I think everybody has, right? I mean, everyone who's spent any time outside.
Sooner or later.
In awe. Exactly.
Damn it.
in deep breathing.
Try to be completely... What nonplussed is in awe, right? So it's, I guess, plussed. Try to be completely plussed with nature.
I don't know.
Just be unimpressed. Keep your mouth shut.
This wasn't one of those little like gnat kind of things. Sometimes the worst is when you think you've inhaled a bug. Mm-hmm. Have you ever had that experience?
Sure, yeah.
I mean, it's
like what must his life be like now?
Well, right, and
like flying around in my lungs.
I know, but it's in your lungs. Like, do I have to worry? Sucks. Do I need to get do I have to have this looked at?
And you start doing
stuck
weird
in my
things
lungs,
like trying to get him out. And then everybody else thinks you're having an attack.
He may need help. I may need help. I don't know yet.
Inhale the bug. It's okay.
But I don't know if it's okay. That's the thing.
Right, true. It might be okay.
It may work.
That voice again.
So,
spoilers.
But this bug in particular, I could see it. Like, I saw it come at me, but it got into my mouth too fast, and it was like a bee or something.
A bee?
I don't know.
Oh
I don't know or a beetle. I don't know. What I do know.
You tried to close the blast doors and it made it through.
It like bounced off my tongue or so. I don't know. And and I got it out. I got it away. Okay.
Yeah.
Who knows what happened to it, right? But it was bitter.
Ooh.
It was bitter.
That's the taste of defeat right there.
But then I worried. I'm like, well, what if it was some kind of bug that like the bitterness was
made
poison?
Of poison. Yeah.
Right? Because of course that's what they do. It's like, I'm about to be eaten. I release poison. It'll let me go. Right? Which it did. It being me.
Yeah.
And so then I'm thinking to myself, I can't swallow this spit.
Right. Could be tainted.
It could be poison spit now.
Poison spit, yeah.
And as I'm thinking about it, of course, my salivary glands are like, well, you want more spit? Okay, guys, bring on the spit, more spit. And so I'm walking.
So your whole worldview is just utterly collapsed on that.
It's happening to me right now. Like my cheeks are filling with saliva as I talk. So this, I'm like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do because my mouth is filling with spit and with saliva at this point. And then it's a bitterness, and I can still. What do I have to? I have to spit.
Yeah.
I have to spit.
Right. Yeah.
Which is a problem in any normal time, right?
True.
You shouldn't spit. We were all taught you shouldn't spit. Some people are taught, but then they
Modern
disregard
civilization.
it. You know. And this was kind of like an emergency spit.
Yeah.
Okay.
You get special dispensation on this.
But people don't know that.
That's true. They haven't been.
Is that like some alert? Like, okay, everybody ready? He's got an emergency spit. Just
is that like a little flag you can wave?
Stand down with the judgment.
Blow
He's got
a whistle.
Emergency spit, right?
Mm-hmm.
No. So I look around. Uptown, downtown, Fifth Avenue. I look all over, and then I spit. But I'm not. Here's the thing. I'm not a good spitter, and there was way too much spit to handle at this point anyway. I might have well been chewing tobacco, right?
You're out of your
I
class on this one.
I mean, it's like, because I'm like, this is just embarrassing. And then I thought, like, God, like not only may I die here from this poisonous insect that I just French kissed, but maybe I might like also emasculate myself here, like because someone's going to see me feebly attempting to spit.
Pull off what can only be described as the Power Drool.
So then all this is happening, and I'm still walking, mind you. So this is happening, and then I think to myself, like, well, I'm not sure I got it all out.
True, yeah.
It still tastes bitter, but I can't spit again.
Right.
Because
then you become that guy. You become the spitter.
Right, and all the stuff I just went through.
It's cereal.
Right? Mm-hmm. So what I had to do was I used my shirt. I used my shirt.
You spit into your shirt?
No, I didn't exactly. No, it wasn't that bad.
It's kind of just fine.
No, I took it and I kind of like, you know, like when you go to the dentist, we talked about this, and they have the gauze when they're doing the cancer inspection thing. It's the only time and they grab your tongue with the gauze, and you're like, and they move it around because you can't grab it with anything else.
Yeah.
Right? Apparently, you can use a T-shirt too.
Well, yeah.
Right.
That one would think.
So I'm like, and I proceed to try to.
So you're toweling off your tongue.
In retrospect, like, I don't know what I was doing exactly.
Panic kind of got your thought process a little jumbled.
Like a reverse lavage. Like I don't know, like whatever I was doing, but I'm like licking. At this point, I'm like licking my shirt, and I realize, like, okay, so now I'm full on licking my shirt. I'm pretty. I don't know. Pretty sure that's probably
that's
worse
better than spitting.
And I'm like looking around the whole time, looking around like, who's seen me? And then of course I realized, like, of course every Ring camera in the street has seen all of this happening.
True.
Right? I mean, come on.
Ooh.
So
it's gonna be footage on YouTube of the shirt licker.
Right. And what it links to with that, I mean, I didn't die. That I know of.
Yeah. It could be very slow acting bug poison.
Well, or it could just be this is the afterlife.
Oh.
And if you're wondering whether you were, so if I'm dead, that means you are too. By the way, guys.
True.
So
that was a very powerful bug. Killed all of us.
Welcome. It's good to have you here.
Awesome.
And you're in the good place, apparently.
Yeah. Well, here's hoping.
Right. So
spoilers.
So, but what this linked to is this moment I had more recently, which was observing people spitting. I mean, there's spitters, right? I mean, like there's people who like me who are like emergency spit, and you can see like, okay, that guy clearly doesn't practice. And then there's the people who like spit professionally.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, did you ever notice like that starts real early in life too? There's that kid. There's always that kid on the ball field who like he just knows how to spit.
Yeah.
I don't mean like haka loogie kind of spit. I mean just like right.
Like that Crocodile Dundee thing where you just kind of like that and it goes like 30 yards.
And like
that's awesome.
Yeah, but you still shouldn't do it.
Well, no, not around people, no.
Well, that's right. That's the thing. But people do it like.
But I have to respect the skill. I mean.
But now I've seen people like do it out the window, and I've seen people do it like right. They've been like, and I'm thinking, and this was in my mind too, and I was trying to not die. Was like it's COVID right now. Like so, like of all the times you shouldn't be spitting, it's probably true now for sure. Right.
That's the true poison spit right there.
But I have to tell you, I don't really know whether I've adopted the feeling, like I've adopted the opinion that you shouldn't spit because I was never good at it, or because I don't think it's the right thing. Like that, I don't know. I can't know what the counterfactual is at this point.
That's true. That's true.
I think we'd have to have some sort of control group or something. Like we would need a kid who comes from a family of talented spitters, who would then, I think maybe if he has a brother or something, then they would be allowed to spit, but he wouldn't. And then we'd see later in life, like, okay, you can spit now. Let's see if he can spit. You know what I mean? Like maybe, I don't know. This isn't a well thought out study. This would be a very strange experiment, right? But if you're willing to fund it, send your checks to
accidentally derivative at gmail.com.
Right, and just mark it. It's like church. It's like church on the envelope. You want to mark whether you would like this to go to the spit study, to the baby powder, the talcum powder study, or the general fund.
Yeah, general fund that can be thrown towards
right, or Starch Madness,
or Starch Madness. That'd be cool. I wouldn't mind taking donations for that.
Yeah. I got some more supplies for Starch Madness over the weekend.
Oh, you do?
I did.
Right.
And there was one thing that came because Michelle said you have 2 packages from Utz.
Ooh.
And I said, they sent them in two because I thought I only ordered one thing. And there's two packages, so I opened the smaller of the two, and lo and behold, I forgot that I ordered this thing.
Oh,
because I hadn't tried it before.
And what is the thing?
It sounded really interesting. It sounded so promising. I had to order it. Can I tell you what it is?
Please do.
Chocolate covered potato chips.
Chocolate covered potato chips. Mm-hmm. Have you had any yet?
So I did.
Mm-hmm.
They're not great.
Not great, huh?
I feel like how do you mess up? How do you mess this up? How do you mess up a chocolate covered potato chip? And they totally did it, and I know what they did. That's wrong.
Yeah. Type of chocolate?
Number one, no, the chocolate. I think the type of chocolate's fine. Number one, they use way too much chocolate.
Oh, that is a problem. When people try to chocolate cover something, it's almost like they want to overpower the thing with the chocolate so that you'll like it just because of the chocolate.
I'm thinking you should they should have just layered like one side, or maybe even just drizzled, like the lines, like those chocolate drizzle lines like you get, like that.
You know what would be cool? Is if you got two like Pringles type chips and put a layer of chocolate in between them, so it was like a Milano, but with potato chips instead of whatever those cookies are on the Milanos.
Oh. Or what if you put or you put one of these chips in between.
Yeah.
Even because here's the other thing, like the chip that's inside of this, like it feels like it's not sturdy enough. Like it's sturdy enough to hold the chocolates. Don't get me wrong. It's not like a flimsy chip.
Certainly the chocolate adds to the structural integrity of the thing too, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's true. I just feel like it's not salty enough, number one. Because you should definitely get some salt off of that, right? Otherwise,
that's
what's
the whole point of it?
What's the point? And I feel like they probably should have used like a large kettle chip. Or those rustic style chips, like big brown chips. I feel
like if you go for like one of those Lay's kind of chips, then it almost gets like not just flavorfully overpowered by the chocolate, but just like substancely. Like it's almost like the chip had to have gotten soft and wiggly, at some point during this process, and that's not good.
And even the packaging for this thing seems like an afterthought. Like this was just some intern's idea. Like, hey, could you think you could do this? And they're like, okay, just let them have at it for this weekend. And use the cheap packaging. Use the packaging that has no. It literally has no branding on it at all. It's just a plastic. It's just like you would go to the chocolate store and you get them and they put in like those little like cellophane bag kind of things, like the crinkly bag, and then tie it off. That's what this is like, except instead of being tied off, it is sealed. But I'm like, what is this? What is this?
Now, Utz is a company from where are they from? Across
Hanover,
the sea?
Pennsylvania.
Oh no, they're from Pennsylvania. Okay. Because I was about to say if
they also make Zaps. They make
like.
Zaps.
Oh yeah,
they make a whole bunch of different potato chips that are regional.
But it sounds like they should have sent somebody to any state fair.
Well, they could have gone to Hershey. They could have gone on the street to Hershey
and witnessed the dipping of all of the things that they put in chocolate at state fairs, because that's finding the right sort of procedure. Because if they can make a Rice Krispie treat stay whatever together while dipping it in a very hot chocolate, then there you go.
We may have just come up with our sequel to Starch Madness.
Oh, what's the dipping Rice Krispie treats in various
I feel like
things?
we need to have some sort of like fondue oriented event, but like it's chocolate instead. We could use cheese too, but I think we should have like a chocolate. Like it should be like, what can we dip in chocolate that improves it?
That's a good idea.
Don't you think?
Man, the way I feel about chocolate, I'm not entirely sure we will find anything that is not improved by being dipped in chocolate.
Well, that's okay, because then we can rank the improvement. This was like dramatically improved, or this was
the difference between before and after rating wise. Which one was the biggest jump? Yeah, I'm for this. Yes.
And different kinds. We'd have to get like a couple different fondue pots though, because we need to have like a dark chocolate and a milk chocolate. And I guess I don't know, we have like European chocolate.
Good old European chocolate.
Which is always a disappointment to me. And I'm so sorry to say this to my friends over there, but your chocolate ain't good. Like, I'm sorry. Like, it's not bad. I shouldn't say it's ain't good. It's not bad. It's just not, like, every time I've had, here's the Swiss chocolate and like, or what, I'm like, yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, it's actually chocolate. I mean,
it's fine.
But I think there's a certain amount. I mean, it's like audiophiles, right? It's like I don't hear the difference between this record and the CD.
That. Oh my God, these people!
It's kind of like that.
What's that music service that's like so top of the line that you?
Is it the one that?
What is that called?
What was it called?
It's crazy expensive. No. And I just remember I did the trial thing. And I downloaded the different songs, and for like 2 weeks, I drove myself crazy, going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Try, like, not just back and forth. It was like, I'm gonna listen on Spotify, I'm gonna listen on Apple Music, I'm gonna listen on Google Music, I'm gonna listen, which is now YouTube Music, right, or whatever they call it. And I'm gonna listen on this thing, whatever it was. And I swear to you, I could not hear the difference. And what I kept being told by my friend who was trying to sell me on this was, you need to listen on the proper like system.
Oh my
right
God.
And then I'm like, well, but here's the thing, like, I'm not going to buy a stereo system and everything for the service to sound better,
right? Yeah, it's like, how much am I supposed to be putting into this?
It's like, it's like, well,
just to make my music sound 2% better.
It's like I'm a fan of pizza. No, I'm actually not a big fan of pizza. I will eat pizza if that's what we're having. I'll eat pizza, right? I rarely, very rarely, will ever say something like, "You want to get some pizza?"
Yeah,
it's just not something I crave, right? But I'll eat it and I enjoy it. I enjoy it. But I wouldn't like So if someone said to me, you really should build like this wood fire, like this like brick fire, whatever they're called, those brick oven things, right?
Coal-fired ovens, yeah.
Whatever. I don't think they use coal. I think they use wood.
Some of them do, yeah.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Some of them are wood, but some are coal.
I like a little fossil with my
John's in Manhattan is coal. I know that.
Okay. So I wouldn't build one of those so that I could have better pizza.
Yeah.
And I like music more than pizza, and I still am not going to buy a stereo system so that the service sounds better when I never thought there was anything wrong with what I was listening to before.
Right. And what is it exactly that you're getting out of this special enhanced version? It's like, what are you hearing? These guys are musicians. They're playing through like crappy amps, and it's like, why am I wanting to hear that in super duper high fidelity? It's like, am I going to notice an accordion that I never noticed before in the Beatles, or what? I mean, I don't get what I'm supposed to be getting out of this.
They would play it like really loudly too to try to show me like this, and I'm like, I never listened to music this loud. And at the same time, this person's wife is yelling about the music being too loud. I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's not helping my experience.
Right, and clearly that's not the way you listen to it because your wife is yelling about it. So
right,
what is the point?
Right. So I got rid of that subscription.
Cool. Yeah. But I figure that's the way the chocolate is too.
I think the chocolate thing is, first of all, we had chocolate first.
So we had the trees first.
We had the beans.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Second of all, Hershey.
Yeah.
Third of all, Ghirardelli.
Oh yes, very much.
Come on,
Ghirardelli.
Like we we know what we're doing with chocolate.
Yeah. I mean, and Ghirardelli's got the 80% cacao and the 90% cacao and all that. I mean, we got all it covered. I'm not saying that like milk chocolate is the bomb.
No,
it's, I'm all about the bitter chocolate.
Me too. And I've had like the Lind chocolate. that it's fine.
Yeah, it's good.
Fine.
I mean, I'm not. Yeah, exactly. Like you said, I'm not saying their stuff is crap. It's not crap.
You know
it's
who's crap chocolate?
What's crap chocolate?
Brazil.
Brazil chocolate?
I do the snack crate thing. I do the snack crate thing, you know. So I get these, I get these like snacks from all over the world, and each month is a different place. And this last one was from Brazil, and I got to tell you, and so the one from Israel was pretty interesting and good, but their milk chocolate is very milky, very like milk oriented, is what at least what was represented in there, and there was a lot of different chocolate type things in there. And like a lot of like milk cream things too, which is interesting. The Brazil chocolate just tastes like that generic chocolate, like non like all
you
brand.
Got like Baker's chocolate or something, and
no, I mean I don't know. It's just not. It just doesn't.
Kind of gritty, like, maybe,
it's just flat. It's like flat paint. You know, it's like just flat. It's like, huh?
Yeah. Like no frills chocolate.
Yeah. I wasn't real impressed with the chocolate.
The Allegiant Airlines of chocolate.
I mean, I've never been on Allegiant, but
don't.
Okay. So there was that. Cadbury makes nice chocolate. So Cadbury and what's the other one over there? It's called Cadbury. Yeah, I think the British do chocolate better than the Europeans for sure.
Oh, I think so too. Yeah.
Although the British usually screw up every other food, but they do the chocolate pretty well.
British pizza, that's what you want.
I think it's just pizza. It would just be no, it'd be boiled meats on the pizza though, for sure. Yeah, I don't know. It's so funny. It's like I was asking over the weekend one of our British friends about food, and I was asking about the times, like the different times of like what they call different times of eating and so forth.
Oh, right, yeah.
I don't remember. It's so complicated, and like also has to do with class. Like if you're like highfalutin, you call certain things, and if you're not, you call them something else.
That's what they call it, the highfalutin class.
Yeah, and then there was this.
I'm from the highfalutin class.
And then there was a Scottish person in the group who apparently like everything's just it's just same as Americans, like breakfast, lunch, dinner.
Oh, that's like, Scotland.
Okay. Yeah. Like, okay, I could.
Yeah, we're not going to get all fancy about it. It's like, breakfast.
It's like
it's lunch.
So I think we should dip stuff in chocolate, and
I definitely think, even if we don't do a thing out of it, I think we should just dip stuff in chocolate. That sounds great.
With your new camera thing, we absolutely have to.
we got a full 360 view of dipping junk in chocolate. Mm-hmm. I'm all about that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Then you can like look at it in VR. You're like, whoa, look at the dipping.
Because that's what you want to be. Just have yourself suspended over a vat of boiling chocolate or piping hot chocolate, at least.
I'm not entirely sure I don't want that. But
I don't think it would end well.
Yeah, depends on how fast you can eat.
Okay.
So I have the pins that we have been discussing. One of which is the spitting. So we have definitely addressed
spitting.
That. But another one you threw at me that I have been dying to know what it means for a while now, and this is kind of
does this go back to an oldie one? Okay,
it's about 2 weeks, I guess, maybe.
Oh, okay.
But neighbor patrol.
Oh my, yeah.
All right, so this sounds like a good one.
I mean, so there's this guy. And I'll try to paint a picture for you. The guy... Oh, hold on a second. The guy who wrote the book... Yeah, here it is. That's it. That's definitely him. Okay, so imagine a young middle-aged, so maybe 40-year-old man who looks... a lot like Shel Silverstein.
Okay.
Who, if people know who that is the gentleman who wrote The Giving Tree.
Yeah, where the sidewalk
and it's like this, and his picture on the back's like the spookiest picture. Like, dude, why would you put that picture on the back cover of a children's book? It's just to ensure that they have nightmares. Like, but kind of like, but so he's got the sort of the bald, not completely bald, but it's like the bald, mostly balding, and then like a beard action, and he's very tan. Not naturally tan. I mean, like he spends a lot of time outside, and he also is a lot. Like often he's outside with like very little clothes on.
Oh Lord!
For you, like no shirt and like 70s style running shorts kind of thing sometimes. Yeah, yeah. But now, so for the longest time, I thought he was just like because I would see him out, and he was always by himself, like he was just out, and so but then more recently, like I've seen like a woman out with him and a child. And
really,
not like a little child, like a probably late elementary school kid or something.
Shell's a family man,
and a dog, and they're like instructing the kid on like how to or not to walk the dog, I guess, because the dog's gonna pull. And I swear to you, I feel like, and I'm getting off. This isn't exactly what I want to talk about, but I feel like I have to, because I feel like he adopted an entire family. Like I feel like he went to the store and got like the package. Like, do you want? He just got all the upgrades. Like
People are looking at me too weird.
I swear to you, he's been alone. Never saw another soul. 2 years. And then like overnight, he's got a wife, he's got a child, he's got a dog. Like, come on. Did you just let him out of the dungeon or something? Like, seriously, they're not even pale. So anyway, this guy, he bothers me.
Clearly.
Because he's like almost always out. It doesn't matter like what time of day I'm doing my walk. It's on the return that I see him, and not on the way out, but usually on the return. And he's outside. Sometimes like hands on hips kind of thing, but like, but it doesn't really matter. He's outside and he's always inspecting something. Like, Now,
is it something of like, is he outside of his house, or is it just like all over the place? He's like 3 blocks over going, No,
it's like he's in his yard, but he's like outside, like always looking and then half naked. And he's outside, like monitoring things or checking on things, and I mean like walking sometimes with the sort of a purpose, but like, and then like looking and coming around, and I want to think, was like, what has changed? What has possibly changed so much that you need to look at it again? And I never see him actually doing anything. That's the thing. Like, I don't see him gardening. Observing. He's not like the guy who's always in his yard gardening and doing stuff, and so he's not like the cedar. He's not like the cedar. Yeah. He's not like the guy who's like always like examining his lawn because he's just, well, he's fighting a losing battle, frankly. But I mean, the guy who's like trying to get the grass to grow, and so he's not that. This guy's like always inspecting something, and I feel like it's like he's on patrol. It's like he's on patrol. He's like walking his property constantly walking the perimeter of his property, the edges of his property, the edges of his garage, going down the side. And I'm like, what? I just don't get it. And
looking for cattle rustlers, I guess, or something.
And I don't know. And the thing that bothers me even more is that he's not friendly.
Well, I don't know how friendly you want a guy just walking around in 70s shorts to be.
I know, but like I know he sees me.
Right, yeah.
And so I try to like, do the eye contact, like hi thing, whatever, right? Because we're practically neighbors. We literally live, like, he's on the other side of the street, but it's probably, let's say it's only like 3 houses away on the other side.
Oh, wow. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I should probably keep it down. But his
patrol might have brought him close to your window.
But he doesn't say hi. He doesn't say hi.
Yeah. He sees you looking at him, looking at his yard.
I'm like, come on, man. We see each other all the time. Can't say hi.
Yeah, that is weird. You get that one neighbor that...
There's another neighbor who's even stranger.
Uh-oh. Wow, you live in an interesting neighborhood.
The neighbor, so this is the neighbor who's 2 doors away on the other side.
So right next to that
I don't even know if it's 2. I don't even, yeah, right next to this guy.
Oh, man.
And some would say catty corner to us.
No.
And husband, who's now a dad, nicest guy in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Nicest guy. Super. I think he's in it. Maybe he's just put, I don't know really. What the hell do I know? For the first year that we were there, his not the whole first year, but like this doesn't go that long, but like for a good chunk of the first year we were there, his wife was pregnant.
Yeah, right.
Baby on the way, blah 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 blah. Ready, okay. And he's also like he's been there for a long time, so he also he's the guy you watch to see like, okay, when's it the right time to do what? Like when you're trying to learn when the trash is supposed to go out and where it's supposed to go and how you're supposed to stage it and how people like it. And like he's the one I model.
Gotcha.
Right? And I would see him in the morning when I would go out usually to take Alex to school is when I would see him, and then we'd have a little like street conversation, or on the weekends when you're doing stuff around the yard or something, which is very infrequent for me. But like when you do the little like, hey, let's meet in the center of the street conversation, neighbor conversation,
sure, yeah.
you know, right? And then he had a baby. So well, he didn't have the baby, but his wife had the baby. Yeah, the weirdest thing is like weird. I never saw his wife ever. I did see her car.
Yeah.
She would like come. She would like if she was arriving, she'd come down the street, and she'd pull into the driveway, and the garage door would go up, and she'd go in, and the garage door would go down. You never saw her. It was like she's like Sia. She's like the Sia of neighbors, is what she is. Do you know who Sia is?
I don't. Sia?
Sia, S-I-A, singer.
S-I-A.
Oh God.
Oh, I thought that was pronounced something else.
Well, how would you pronounce it?
I want to say it's pronounced. It isn't pronounced Sia. I'm not sure.
It's Sia.
Is it? Okay. Yep. I was thinking there was maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. That
maybe
has
the unknown comic.
Very short name that's not pronounced like everything. Not Sade, but it's something along those lines.
Okay. So she's like the Sia of neighbors. So she I never see her, right? Then she has a child. Then they have a baby.
Yeah.
And everything. And we do like the distance thing because you want to get your germs, your baby, whatever. Sure. Still, and at some point in this time period, I think either maybe her mom came or over or whatever. I saw her. I think I saw her. I'm not really sure, but I think I saw her. And then over the next several months, I'm pretty sure I saw it. That's who it is, right? Mm-hmm. But she doesn't make eye contact. She doesn't say hi. She doesn't there's nothing. It's like she was told I'm like some serial killer or something. She's trying to avoid any kind of eye contact. It's weird. It's weird, right? And then COVID happens. Yeah. And it's like the neighbor. They like everybody disappears. You don't see anybody.
Yeah.
For a month or two, like people around like our like they would just stayed inside. I mean, I was out walking. I remember being out walking in the first few weeks of lockdown, and people, whatever you think of Florida, which it deserves it. Whatever you're thinking right now, it deserves it.
Whatever you think of
it,
right? You're right.
But the first few weeks of lockdown, people took that stuff pretty seriously, even here.
Yeah, they really did.
And you would go outside. I would go on a walk, and I could walk and not see a soul. And it was the weirdest thing to walk through a neighborhood. And I remember the first day I started seeing other people out. It was like the survivors of the nuclear holocaust kind of emerging from their shelters, and and we're like staying 60 feet apart from each other. Like right. Started nodding, like, you survived. You survived. Okay, you survived.
You're gonna try to steal my canned food.
Right. When these people emerge finally, which is a long time, when they finally emerge, the kid's like riding a motorcycle at this point. Like I couldn't. Like he's walking. The little baby, he's now walking.
He's literally
he's like having conversations. Like I'm like, oh my goodness! I just heard him the other day. Heard him, mind you, because he was getting out of the car in the garage. Mm-hmm. And I heard the dad say, "Hey, buddy," and they were like, "What'd you say, buddy?" I'm like, "What do you mean? What did he say?" He's like 16 seconds old. How can he say anything? Oh no, he's not. He's like 6 now, practically. Right. And but she I can't get her to say hi. I've waved.
Mm-hmm.
I think, I don't know. It's almost like they listen to the podcast or something.
This guy, don't say anything to him.
This is like, yeah. Like,
be on the podcast. Tell everybody about it.
But going back to the guy next to Shel Silverstein next door, like he kind of creeps me out a little bit because not just the whole look thing. I can get past that mostly, but he's got this. He's just like, it's like
he's dissatisfied with something out there,
right? Like,
and he doesn't ever seem to be not.
Right. He's preoccupied, and he's too preoccupied to be bothered with like the niceties of saying hi or anything. And I finally did. I did make eye contact with him like 3 or 4 days ago, and did a wave. I did a wave.
You waved
like a
at
hand
him.
up wave. It's like, and when you see a grown man waving, it looks silly.
Yeah, it's a little.
Have you noticed that? Like,
it's a little off-putting.
I just noticed that like, it was great because I was on live, video with somebody, and I remember waving to someone, and then I saw myself later. I'm like, you look like a dork. What are you doing? Like, why are you waving?
What are you doing?
No, you're a grown man. You shouldn't wave. Well, here I am. Did it again. I waved at this guy. Nothing. I got nothing back. Nothing.
He looked at you, saw you wave.
Nothing.
Wow. That almost takes like effort. To not respond to that. That's almost a reflex action that he's purposefully suppressing. How do you not wave back at somebody? I mean, the stereotypical thing is like this person is waving, and they're actually waving at somebody behind you, and
that's
you're like,
embarrassing.
Hi. Yeah, and that sucks. But that's why that happens, though, because it's a reflex action. You don't know the hell this person. You're just like immediately like, oh, well, okay, whatever. And you're like, oh.
You met that other guy. Oh, well, good to see you too.
Was I?
Yeah.
Just move on. And they
you know
didn't
what's
see
sad,
you. They
though?
didn't even notice you.
You know what's sad?
What's that?
I'll probably do it again.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
I can't give up on him.
Yeah.
It's like my dude in California. I told you about my guy in California,
You're still good in him. I know it.
That's what I'm saying. Did I tell you about him? I think that's I told that on an old episode, right? The guy in California. The little
guy
dude
in California?
Yeah, Squiggy.
Oh, yeah, that sounds familiar, Squiggy.
The guy, on my walks, I would pass him.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Now I'm not going to retell the story.
Okay. Couldn't tell you what episode, but I think you've told it, yeah.
Okay, good. So
whenever we get the people to do the wiki with the
that's my neighborhood. That's my neighbor patrol, dude.
Neighbor patrol.
Yeah.
I was thinking it's gonna be more of like a neighborhood watch kind of thing.
Oh no, it's nothing that organized at all. Actually, no.
It's kind of. This would be a guy that the neighborhood watch would be watching.
We do have those cars that drive around, little neighborhood patrol car things.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah. And I kind of every time I see them, I want to do challenge them, their authority a little bit. I don't know why. There's something I'm a very safe driver in our neighborhood. I drive really slow. I drive the speed limit, which seems like crazy slow in most spots.
Oh man.
When I see these guys, I want to drive faster.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are you gonna do? Pull me over?
Yeah. With what? Your green light?
And then I feel like they're profiling me too sometimes. Like they'll like, I'll be out on a walk and then I see it pass, and then they loop at some point and come back the other way.
Checking you out. You look a little shady, huh?
And then they come back the other way again. Like you've passed me 3 times now. Either you're lost, or you're not trusting me, right? Like
you have to waggle your keys at them or something. I don't know. Well,
and then it occurs to me, like I have nothing on me. I don't have any ID.
Yeah.
I've got my Apple Watch, and my phone.
I think I got a picture on here. You gonna look at that?
I know when I saw it. And then I get angry at myself. Like, why am I worried about the patrol guy? Like, I don't need ID.
Mall cops make fun of these dudes.
Right. Doesn't even have a Segway. Come on. Crazy. You want to start trouble? You chase down the family who's doing 30 miles an hour on the sidewalk on a parade of scooters.
Yeah.
Chase those folks down.
Yeah. I wish they would patrol around here, because what we got are trucks that basically are broken. because they are very loud. And that is not the way a car is supposed to operate. Yeah. And then it's a I'm worried about my masculinity thing. I mean, they're like, look at
you
me
think it's that?
my,
You think it's deliberately they're not just lazy. They're
no. These are loud on purpose in order to make some sort of a statement. Presumably, other than I'm a giant jerk, but that is the statement they're making, regardless of whether or not they are intending to make it. But basically, the way I've broken my truck on purpose so that it'll be really loud, and now I don't know, alerting the world to my broken truck. But every time we get some a little more police through here, that kind of chills out. And
really?
Yeah.
Did the police patrol that kind of thing?
I don't think that they do, but I think that the perception is I better cool it just in case they loud. Do.
I better get that muffler fixed.
If they were doing it at 3 in the afternoon, that would be annoying. But I mean, I guess whatever. But I mean, doing this crap at 10:30 at night, you gotta knock
that's
that
not
off.
Good for any recording. That's for sure.
No, and I'm hoping that it works out okay tonight. I've tried to tell them, I am recording a podcast. Do you mind?
I'm pretty sure
that's receptive to that.
Yeah. What time are you recording? I want to make sure I'm extra quiet then.
They respect podcasts, I think.
The best is everybody who calls everything everything I do there's some people in my family, by some I mean most, everything that I do they call a podcast.
Yeah.
And I've just stopped trying to fix it.
Yeah, okay.
Thanks. How's the podcast going? Great.
It's fantastic.
Great.
I just assume they're talking about this.
Right, but they're not because they can't.
No,
but
if you start talking about this, then they'll be like, wait, what?
There's some people in my family who can't pronounce the name of this show. It's just fun.
No, that's a shame.
They can't remember it. So then they try to make sounds. Then they try to make mouth sounds that are similar to the number of syllables.
That's what I do with a lot of lyrics that I don't know.
and it's like a wah 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 wah.
This Othmar.
Right? And everything's how's the podcast? How was the podcast? Podcast good today? Yeah.
That's some good podcasting today.
Mm-hmm. How's the podcast going? Okay, great.
That's good. Keep it on, as it were.
Mm-hmm. It's just that you know what a podcast is. That's a remarkable.
Yeah.
It's got a safety alert.
Ooh. Is the guy in the shorts out of his lawn?
It's on my ring safety alert, and it says here. It's not close. It's like when you get the tornado alerts.
Yeah.
And you look and you're like, it's fine.
It's Louisiana. Why are you telling me?
No, but
this?
even this one happens to be. It's on. Let's see, off of 535 somewhere.
It's a tornado?
No, it's not a tornado. It says exact location hidden for privacy, and then it proceeds to give you this highlighted bubble. It could only include these 3 blocks, and it's down there near Lake Sawyer area, basically before you get to.
It's getting this through Ring.
Yeah. It's like before you get to the shopping district area down there, heading towards Reams Road.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it the one with the BurgerFi and all that? And the French Cafe and...
No, this would be north of the one with the Panera and the McDonald's and the Publix and the...
Oh, right.
And the Toasted and the Greek Place and...
Yeah.
All those. Anyway, that's not where this is though, but it's something.
There's a dance school in there, but that you can say that about so many shopping centers around here.
But it says there are reports of a residential burglary near Thornhill Circle and Lake Sawyer Drive. And it says Windermere, the Orange County Sheriff's Office responded to a residential burglary call reported in this Please, and then it proceeds to say 6700 block of the, like, you basically just told me now precisely where this is.
Was,
Thank you very much. Please stay alert and share any relevant information with the police. Now,
so if any AD listeners are out there and they know anything about this, call the cops and tell them that you heard about it here on this show.
I'm not sure why they're telling me this. Like, you've given me no information that would be helpful.
On the off chance that you're Batman.
In the off chance that I happen to be having a conversation with somebody who says, oh, yeah, so I broke into this house the other day. And then I get to say, oh, really? Was it by any chance in Thornhill Circle or something like that?
Close to the...
Well, yes, it was.
Panera?
I'll be right back. Like,
nothing. What am I... No, I'm not doing anything weird.
Please stay alert and share any relevant information. Please. It's not helpful. How about, no, what's supposed to happen? Yeah. You're supposed to share relevant information with me.
Right. Between you and them.
Please be on the lookout for...
Which one is the source of information is definitely them, right?
Or make it a marketing thing and say, like, we would have provided you with more information, but these idiots didn't have a Ring camera.
Ah, no, that would be...
have we had...
Now, how do they know that was happening if they didn't have a Ring camera?
I think it's off of it's probably just off of crime reports or something. Mm-hmm. That's what I think is happening.
If it's already on that, then it's happened a long time ago.
Like, and by now, there's got to be people commenting at this point, because that's the best part. That's the best part of the
So there's a whole community or whatever around the Ring thing. See, I've got the Nest version.
Oh, you can't deal with that.
And it's, it works great and I like it, but apparently it didn't come with this bizarre doorbell-oriented social network.
Oh, yes, good stuff. And you get and people they'll upload their videos like, hey, do you think this looks fishy?
Oh, my God.
It's a guy delivering pizza. Like, he's fine. Well, it looks like he's taking the pizza. Like, no. Was the pizza left?
Why would the pizza be there by itself?
I think he put it back. I think he was thinking to take it. And then he put it back because I didn't see him coming with it. All I saw him was looking at it and then putting it down. Like, maybe your camera just didn't activate fast. Like, you think?
Yeah.
Maybe?
That sounds a lot like Nextdoor. Have you ever been on that?
Yes, of course. Yeah. It's like that.
There was a guy in our neighborhood, and I called, it was the electric company, and I called the electric company, and they said there wasn't supposed to be anybody there. I think he's here to take my power drill, and it's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. It is the...
Okay, people are starting to comment on this now. It's great. So it's happening. So this was all announced 4 minutes ago, and now people are beginning to comment. So Neighbor 65 says, "This is right by my house. I would like some information too, please." And then Neighbor 32 says, "What happened?" Like, it says what happened.
Burglary.
What do you mean what happened?
I know what happened. I don't even have a neighbor number.
And then Neighbor 27 says, "Were people home?" And
well, that would be a robbery if they were.
I don't know. I like maybe. But what I want to say to Neighbor 65 is the dude who said, or dudette who said, "This is right by my house. I would like some information too, please." What I want to respond, but I think I'll get a visit from the police if I say this. But I want to respond is, yes, it is right by your house. In fact, I'm writing this from inside your house. Get out. Get out. Get out.
Neighbor 65. Well, I'm neighbor 66.
Neighbor 65. I'm writing this from upstairs. Like, what do you
like that blouse.
Oh, no. See, no.
Or whatever.
Now I have to disassociate with you.
Yeah.
From you. Oh, let's say Neighbor 61 says it's very odd. Never seen them or anyone else. Okay, wait a second. I don't know what this means. I feel like Neighbor 61 knows something he's not telling us. Because Neighbor 61 says, "It is very odd. Never seen them or anyone else doing it, let alone and this time of night. And by pond, I mean the retention pond by the woods." I think he's responding to a different thing. This doesn't sound like the burglar.
It's lost.
And now I feel like I need to be the lifeguard. Like, do you need help getting home?
Get out of the pool. Burglary and whatever. Please respond if you got any
pond,
information.
I mean,
but I don't like the tuna-shaped ones.
And he never said pond. He says
What?
it is very odd. Never seen them or anyone else doing it.
I
don't know what it means. Let alone and this time of night. And by pond, I mean the retention pond by the woods. But you never said pond. You never... It's the first time he said pond. So it's
I'm
okay.
gonna start putting that in randomly into things I say. And by weasel, I mean the little rodent-looking thing. Wait, what? You didn't say weasel.
I'm dying. I gotta refresh this. It's too good. See, this is why you need a ring.
Apparently.
It's endlessly entertaining. All right, here it comes again. Okay. Oh no, it's still the very odd person.
Has anybody responded to that guy?
I think you're neighbor 68.
Oh, am I?
Because neighbor 68 wrote, neighbor 27. Usually, a burglary is when no one is home. A robbery when someone is home.
There you go.
I think neighbor 68 is on fire.
Slinging some pedantry.
It's too good. And then the people submit their videos. You get to see this. There's this lost pet picture, which is literally, you say all, but, oh, there it is. Oh.
Maybe he's lost for a reason.
Okay, so people did find her, so you don't have to worry. Anyone who's listening,
good.
don't worry. Don't worry. The people came to the rescue.